climb the fence, books and pens, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. This is a lesson I'm producing by request. I've had a request for this. I used to play this song all the time. I'm a big Jack White fan. I'm going to give a lesson that's based on the original White Stripes video, which you can find on YouTube. As always, we're going to have a little agenda. We're going to start off and learn the basic chords. We're going to learn this cross-picking pattern. It's a very simple cross-picking pattern. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to go through the sections of the song. Really, there's the main section, which is the verse and little refrain. That main section is changed slightly in the second half of the song. I'm going to show you both versions. It's a tiny change. And then there's the bridge or B section in the middle. Let's look at the right hand. The picking pattern, this is, he's just using the thumb and one finger throughout. The thumb and the pointer throughout. And Merle Travis uses the same style and evolved it into a form of picking that's called Travis picking. Modern Travis pickers tend to use two fingers, but Merle Travis just used thumb and one, as did Mississippi John Hurt. So let's look at the intro as an example of how we pick all the way through, okay? We're going to pick first just thumb and G string. So we're just going bass finger, thumb finger, thumb finger, thumb finger, like this. Here it is. Okay? That's the picking pattern. And what happens is, if we have a finger note on the B string, like in the beginning measures of the first 8, we play the B string with our pointer, and then on the next high note, we are alternating to the G. So that picking looks like this. Okay? Our thumb will tend, if you're a beginning guitar player, pay attention. Your thumb will tend to be a little bit heavy. It always is. Try and pay attention and lighten the thumb so that the finger has a more pronounced sound, like this. So soften your thumb. Let's look at the chords for We Are Going to Be Friends. Okay, the first chord is going to be a G, just a very basic G, cowboy grip that we play like this. I'm going to put the card. Then we use an ordinary open grip C. Make sure you got nice clean notes, especially when you're playing fingerstyle. And then when we go to the refrain, we're going to play a D. We're going to play a C add 9. So like this, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then when we go to the G, we're just using a regular G here at the end. Okay? Those are the chords in the main verse. When we go to the second half of the song, we alter the G chord throughout. So when we go to the second half of the song, starting at numbers, letters, learn to spell, we play the G with the D note here. And I'll go through that in detail. I'll go through that in detail as we step through that change. Now let's talk about the chords in the bridge. Again, basic C, then basic G, basic C and basic G again, and then a basic A. You can play, we're not using the high E string here, so you can play your A like this, a traditional grip for the A chord, or any rock and rollers in the crowd, you can just bar across D, G, and B, because we're not trying to get the open E string. And then C and D to end the bridge. Okay, I'm going to try and walk you through. Here's the first 8 measures. We start off with a G. On the G, you're really just holding down the bass note, the 3rd fret on the low E string, and the rest is open strings, as you can see in the tab. And I'm just going thumb, B, thumb, G, thumb, B, thumb, G. Do 2 measures of that. Now I switch to the C. I'm holding a regular C, and I'm just picking the B string and G string. The G string is open, of course, in a regular C. So I'm going A string bass, back to my G. Now my turnaround is 4 measures because I repeat it twice. So C add 9. So first I'm doing a measure of D, a half measure of D, a half measure of C add 9. Then C add 9. And then G. Then same thing again, half measure of D, half measure of C add 9, and half measure of G. Sorry, and a measure of G at the end. Okay, that's what we play through verse 1. Fall is here, hear the yell. For verse 2. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through verse 3. Here we are, no one else. After refrain 3, the G changes. We're going to be holding down the 3rd fret of the B string for our high note of the G, and it's going to sound like this, and you've got it on the screen here. Okay, so I'm going to play verse 4 for you. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball, back to class through the hall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. Okay, now that's the alternate. We stay with this altered G chord through verse 4, and there's a verse 5 and after the bridge. But we're going to do the bridge now. Let's go to the bridge. Now we're into the bridge. Okay, slightly different chord progression. We're only adding one new chord, the A. So in the bridge, we're going back to our original G chord, and we play a measure of C, a measure of G, a measure of C, a measure of G, just like this. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. Then we go to A. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Do the refrain, the last verse. Okay, here's verse 5. Tonight I'll dream when I'm in bed. Silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I bet you and I will walk together again. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. So that's We Are Gonna Be Friends by the White Stripes. It's a very straightforward song, but it's a really good song if you're interested in getting into fingerstyle. This is a nice way to tip your toes into the water of fingerstyle because you are using this alternating picking motion, which is really, really fundamental to all fingerstyle, even though it's a very simple implementation in this song. And it is a very similarly simple implementation in lots of old seminal blues songs, which is where Jack White got the inspiration for the approach and the style in this song. Practice it lots, practice it slowly, go and watch Jack play it. One of the things I will point out is that Jack does not play this with a mechanical precision. So there are a few places where he changes it up very slightly, lets a held down note be played on an open string. There's a little bit of intentional sloppiness, which gives this song an organic flavor. And that works in your favor if you're a beginner, because if you miss the odd note here or there, this song is very forgiving. As long as you get 95% of it in the right place at the right time, you're going to sound great. So have fun and come on back and visit me again soon. I've got lots of other beginner songs and lots of other fingerstyle songs suitable for beginners and beyond. I'm Bonner. This is Bonner Guitar. Hope to see you soon.